You can eat a whole turkey by yourself. No, there's vegetables that come with it. We're talking Freddy the Freeloader's. We're talking Freddy the Freeloader's Christmas dinner. Hit it. It was 1981. Phil Collins released Face Value. Stephen King released Cujo. And Freddie the Freeloader had a nice Christmas dinner. I'm your host, Jerry D, with another episode of Totally Rad Christmas, the podcast that talks all things Christmas in the 80s. Toys, movie specials, music, and fads. If it was gnarly during Christmas in the 80s, we got it covered. Now, joining me is a Totally Rad Christmas All-Star and Ratty winner from the Christmas Podcasts podcast. It's Sean Sotka. Sean, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. Just hang on a minute, Jerry. I can't be too careful. Let me get all these locks undone. I mean, last week somebody came in and robbed me. They stole my silver, 2 dimes and a nickel.
That's right. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. It's been a while.
It's good. It's good to see you too. I mean, actually, this is like most I've seen you in a year in a long time.
It's been a while. Yeah. Yeah. We need to find something else to record on. It was too long.
Oh yeah. We'll find something else. We always do.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Sometimes you just randomly hit me up with something that it's like I might have heard of, but not seen. So those are always the most fun because I get to learn something and watch something new. But, we're here to talk about Freddie the Freeloader. Before we do that, just like Carol Kane did to Bill Murray and Scrooged, I want you to hit me with the toaster. So I'm going to ask you a few questions and I want you to hit me with the first answer you think of. Okay, you don't have to think too hard about it. So let's say that the rich man from this special, the husband of that wife whose dog ran away, let's say the rich man was Scrooge. Recast the ghosts of Christmas with Professor Humperdo, the inventor from Edward Scissorhands, and Vincent Van Ghoul from the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. So yes, those are all played by Vincent Price.
Let's see. I'm not familiar with the one from 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo because I have only seen it like once, so I'll put him as the future because I don't know.
Okay.
Then what was the second one again?
There was Professor Humperdo and the inventor from Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, the inventor. I barely remember him in that movie. Well, let's see here. Just because I like seeing Professor Humperdo.
Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it.
It's Humperdo. Yes.
Humperdo. Okay, I always thought
we'll put him as Christmas past because that's usually the longest you get to see him. So, and we'll put the inventor as Christmas present.
Professor Humperdo. Okay, so
yeah.
I was way off because I was thinking it was like a bad spelling of like Umberto. That's my Hispanicness coming up there. Okay, yeah. So Humperdo. Okay, I will say that from now on. That's good. What would you title a Hallmark movie starring Freddie the Freeloader and Molly?
Picking Your Places.
I like that. That's a good one for sure. And finally, which 80s Christmas movie would Freddie the Freeloader fit into best?
80s Christmas movie. Oh, Lord. There's a bunch of pictures. I think you put him in Christmas Vacation and see what Clark does with him.
I'd like to see him and Cousin Eddie together.
Yeah, there you go. They could really drive Clark up a wall.
For sure. Well, that's just a way for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better. So thank you for that. Now, tonight, we're here to talk about Freddie the Freeloader's Christmas dinner. Red Skelton's Christmas Dinner.
It depends upon where you look.
Exactly. What do you remember about the special? Like, what's your history or what's your experience with it?
I watched this on HBO when it came out because I was 8 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I watched it every year that they had it on HBO, and I absolutely loved it. Well, Red Skelton, he's just a phenomenal. They call him the clown. I forget
Right.
exactly how they go, but he is a clown. He's a clown through and through, and just his slapstick. I mean, it's not overly slapstick like the Three Stooges, but he does have it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his one-liners. He's got his all that stuff, and he just always made me cry laughing.
See, and I'm like the opposite. I knew Red Skelton from like Rudolph's Shiny New Year as Father Time, right? And that's really all I knew him from. I knew that he was Freddie the Freeloader. I had never seen anything Freddie the Freeloader. I knew he had his own show, the Red Skelton Show, but I'd never watched it because as a kid, I just wanted to watch Transformers and He-Man,
Yep.
So this is one that completely passed me by. But I got to say, this was fun. This is a fun little special here.
Yeah. Well, you were one when it came out, so
I was one when it came out for sure. So I definitely missed it. This is the first actually of 3 specials that he made for HBO's Standing Room Only series, which ran from 76 to 82, basically like a variety program. And this is like the last stuff that he did.
Yep.
Basically. So good for him because I liked it. It was sweet. It was sentimental, but not like overtly, not too.
He wasn't very saccharine with it.
Right.
He wasn't very saccharine with it. I mean, he kept it on the level, and that's how all his shows were. Even if you go back to the old time radio shows that he had, like his time on the radio, I mean, it's the same way. I mean, saw obviously Freddie the Freeloader first, but then as I got older, I got into old time radio, and then I started listening to some of his radio shows from the 40s and 50s, and it's like, oh, I see where a lot of this came from the show.
For sure. Like he was big into like drama and miming and music. And I mean, you're right. Clown is a good way to describe him. And I know that's actually the term that he preferred himself because he always felt like comedians just made people laugh, but clowns had that pathos too, right? It was like bring you that emotional depth and just something a little bit deeper than just comedy. So they could take it from comedy to melodrama to, just hit all those sad, melancholic notes that comedians usually don't.
And he touches on it a couple times in this special.
Oh, big time.
Actually touches on that exact thing there, but he has a way to bring it around. Not only does he address it and he validates it, but he brings you back around. So saying, hey, it's not going to be so bad.
Right.
I'm here with you. Is basically
sure.
The general sound he did with that.
Yeah. So Freddie the Freeloader was introduced on the Red Skelton Show, 1952. Basically, Skelton was kind of copying his father's makeup for like a clown character that he did. And he kind of came up with his father's makeup based on what his mom remembered.
Yep.
So like, that's cool.
And he had some iconic characters before Freddy, and
he did. Yeah.
It's amazing how much traction Freddy took when he brought that on. It just shows the power that Red had to bring characters to life.
Well, because it is comic relief. There is like the jokes about how his socioeconomic status. There's the jokes, things like that. But also, he made you like care for this character because his character cared for other people, right? Yep. He was compassionate.
Like Freddy says in the show, do unto others before they do unto you.
Exactly. And but you really see that, he gives Molly some money. He gives money for the children at the hospital. I mean, and he doesn't have lots of money, but he's given it. And so in a way, it's almost like biblical, it's reminiscent of the gospel and the widow that gave, go ahead.
And Red was very, very religious. He was a very religious person, and it showed through all his old time radios and all that stuff. So it doesn't surprise me that he brings this into his stuff either.
Right. So there are 3 songs that we're going to get to as well in the special. Christmas comes but once a year, I believe, and there's nothing worse than loneliness at Christmas time. These were all written or co-written by him. which
Yep.
is also really cool.
Yep.
I like being that artists that can write their own music and things like that. To me, that elevates an artist and their status.
Yep.
But so let's run down the cast really quickly and then we'll jump right into this thing. So, of course, Red Skelton, Freddie the Freeloader. As I mentioned, I knew him from Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
It is a happy occasion, and a solemn one, too, for the passing of time is awe-inspiring. It's the one certain thing in all the universe.
Oh, he's from a bunch of stuff, but
he really is. But that's where
he was Father Time. That's where a lot of the Christmas people know him as Father Time from.
Yep, exactly.
Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Yeah, and he was good. I enjoyed him.
Oh yes.
We get Vincent Price as Professor Humperdo.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
I knew him from, of course, everybody knows him from Thriller. He narrated Thriller, Edward Scissorhands. I mentioned 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, plus a ton of like horror movies and things of that time. Like
Vincent also had a big run in old time radio too. He would do the Saint. He was the Saint.
Really? Oh wow.
Yep. He was one of the original Saints on the radio.
That's cool. Before Roger Moore played him. That's cool.
Yep. So these are all radio adaptations. So obviously there's no screen. You're just doing like us talking into a microphone. So
yeah. What? No one wants to hear that. No. Yeah. So we get Vincent Price. Imogene Coca is Molly, the bag lady.
And I can't remember where I know her from, but I've seen her so many on these comedy shows.
I tell you what you'll remember her from. She was Aunt Edna from National Lampoon's Vacation.
That's right. Yep, I remember seeing that. She was hilarious in that.
You were the ones that sent me the fruitcake for Christmas. It made me so sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. We thought you enjoyed fruitcake.
You enjoy throwing up every 5 minutes, Claude?
Clark.
I thought so. Whew. Well, am I going to eat or am I going to starve to death?
Even after her character died, she was still being funny in that movie.
I know, totally. And then we get some minor characters. They have like bit parts. Jack Duffy as Santa and Tootie Wiggins as Mrs. Witherspoon. So there's a couple other characters here and there, like the nurse and things like that. But we don't really need to get into that. So
nothing really big name, but
no.
But they all, and it's not, but they all did really well in this. They acted really good. Even the children ones were pretty
I was
good.
surprised.
But the thing is, what it was is they never asked the children to be anything more than a child. So they were within their realm, and that's something that Red always did too. He kept everybody grounded, and not to go overboard unless it was written into the script.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Especially nowadays, we value more grounded takes on things nowadays. We try to stay less sitcom-y with things.
Right.
And especially in this era, the 80s, 70s, 80s, and even into the early 90s, it was super sitcom acting.
Oh, yes.
Everything over the top. Writing started to develop, acting styles started to develop as well, and keep it more authentic. So, naturalistic, that's the word, more naturalistic deliveries. And which is something special because that didn't happen. So, but let's dive into this. So we kind of open on a street, I think in New York somewhere, and there's a doorman outside this like real swanky apartment building, and he's just like rubbing his hands together when a fancy car drives up. And as he opens the door, there's this wealthy woman and her little puppy needs a walk. And this kind of sets off the whole plot, because as the doorman starts to walk the puppy, it like gets away and runs to Freddie the Freeloader's shack, I guess.
That's probably putting it in good terms.
I don't want to say hovel. What's his house? We'll say his house.
His abode.
His abode. I like. That's right. His home there. The dog is, when it gets to this little place, there's an old rope that's like frayed and torn, and he pulls on the rope, and there's like a sign next to it that says like, for service, pull rope, right? So the dog's like playing with it and pulls it, and as he gives it a tug, there's like this crazy pulley
Clanking
system
noise.
thing. Yeah, that wakes
pulley system. Yep.
Yeah, that like it's like cans and pipes or whatever, and it kind of wakes Freddy up, and he's like trying to sleep, like, "Hey, we're closed. It's a holiday." But the dog just keeps pulling on this rope, and so Freddy eventually gets up.
After fluffing up his brick.
He fluffs up his brick. That's right, because he thinks it must be the professor.
Yep.
Because he and
You
the
got a little ahead of yourself here too. Before we get to that, you
Okay,
didn't
go for
talk
it.
about how the dog got there, because you see the dog get out, and you got the doorman there.
Yeah.
Doorman's supposed to walk the dog.
Right.
Well, the dog hates the doorman because you can tell because he twice he puts all paws in and doesn't want to walk. But then what's weird, if you didn't, I don't know if you noticed, he's on the leash, the dog's on the leash, and all of a sudden it cuts to right when the dog takes off. He's not on the leash anymore.
No, I didn't notice that. Yeah.
I've seen it so many times that you can't help but notice that. It's weird. It's like he's on the leash, and all of a sudden the doorman's bending over to say, "Let's go," but you can clearly see that the leash is not on the dog.
That's probably how they got him trained.
It was just one of those weird things in the 80s. Most people aren't going to know this until they get to us here and 40 years later.
Right, exactly. Well, continuity wasn't huge back then.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you noticed too, when that you could almost see the trainers. You can't see the trainers themselves, but you could almost imagine the trainers shaking that rope to get the dog to play with it, because you can kind of see the rope move a bit to get the dog's attention.
No, I definitely didn't notice that.
I think I've seen it once or twice.
I think you've seen it way more times than I have, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's just one of those funny things. It doesn't detract anything from the show or my love for it. It doesn't detract whatsoever. But it's just some of those fun little things you can pick out when you've seen it 400 million times.
But yeah, he tries to fluff his brick because he has a brick as a pillow, trying to get more sleep, but the dog keeps pulling, and so he thinks, well, maybe it's a professor, and so he gets up.
He's
it's
like,
a bathtub bed, right? It's like
his bathtub.
Yeah. And so it goes into like a, I don't know, little hideaway in the wall, or like a cubby or something.
It's like one of those, what kind of beds that they call it?
Like a Murphy bed, right?
Murphy bed. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. But not quite, because it's also a bathtub. So he says he's going to change out of his pajamas, which is just, he turns his jacket inside out.
Inside out. Yep. So he's got this blue and white striped, for those of you who haven't seen a blue and white striped jacket on. He takes it off, turns it around, and it's black on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like an old fashioned like jacket with tails on it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a suit jacket with tails. Yes.
The professor. Good heavens, and me in my pajamas. Oh boy, is it cold in here. Oh boy. I'm coming in. Only be a minute. Only be a minute. You can't be too careful these days, you know, with all the crime around. Last week they stole all my silver. 2 dimes and a quarter.
So he goes to the door and starts unlocking it. And this is where we get what you alluded to earlier, where he's just like unlocking a ton of different slides and latches and everything. And he says, you can't be too careful with all this crime around. Last week they stole all my silver. 2 dimes and a quarter.
I didn't quite get that right saying it, but you got the idea.
Close enough. Yeah. Yeah, close enough.
And the funny part is when we call it his home or his abode, it's actually ramshackle is probably a good description of it, because it's almost like the 3 little pigs. The big bad wolf could come along and blow it down.
Oh, for problem. Sure. I think I could come and like blow it down. I don't even think and I'm not a big bad wolf. But like he opens the door and immediately the little puppy runs in, right, and hops on like a chair. And Freddy's like, why? He wants to know why this little rich dog keeps coming to visit him. Do we ever find out why?
Nope. They never address it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But you can kind of insinuate it when he brings the dog back. When he's bringing the dog back to the Wilburspoons, and Mr. Wilburspoon starts berating Freddy for what the doorman says is a dog napper. So
right.
So you kind of gotta think about it a bit. It's not just blatantly put out there for you. You just kind of go, oh, maybe that's why. But in the gist of things, and just going with how Red Skelton isn't as funny as he is, unless you sit down 40 years later and think about it, you're not going to get there.
You're not gonna, yeah, for sure. But I does like doesn't he say he has to like freshen up or something?
Yeah, I need to freshen up. And
what does he do? He like
he takes a bucket. He takes a bucket from under the sink, empties the water into a bucket above the sink, puts the bucket back underneath, and then turns on the water.
Oh man.
So
that's
this whole scene is just hilarious.
And the dog's just like watching while he's trying to brush his teeth, but he doesn't take his cigar out. I remember.
Well, no. His cigar is out when he's doing it. Then he puts it in and then brushes his teeth. He puts the cigar. He intentionally puts the cigar back in just so you can see him try brushing around the cigar, and then him moving the cigar up and down with his teeth to get around it.
Oh, that's crazy. So he gets himself cleaned up, right? And he looks at the dog and he says something like, "I'm glad you stopped." Oh,
I'm sure glad you stopped by. You know why? Because there's nothing worse than loneliness at Christmas time.
Which is his first song.
And then we get the song, right? Back from the show in the 50s.
Which is a sad song.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
very, very poignant. And it addresses, I'm sure it hits to a lot of those people that do struggle at Christmas, which was the point. I mean, the point of the song, yes, it's sad, but it drives home.
Yeah, for sure. So he finishes a song and he opens his present to himself, which is a red scarf, but it's still got the tag on it. And he says one of the greatest lines of this whole special.
It's not exactly what I wanted, but when they're watching you have to grab whatever you can, you know.
You can't be too picky when they're watching or something.
That's right. Yeah. It's like, okay, 5-finger discount. But he sticks it in his pocket and he tells Duffy it's time to go home. And so they're going. He says, "Oh, I got to get the professor's gift." And so he grabs this like ridiculously long. It's like what, 1.5 yards, like 4 feet, 5 feet long package,
which will come into play later.
For sure. So we're back at the apartment building, and this is where you talked about it already, where he's returning the dog. But the grumpy man, the husband, is like, "Hey, you dog napper, there's dog nappers all over here, and call the cops." And I mean,
well, basically how that started.
Because the doorman does kind of,
because Mrs. Wilburspoon came out and asked the doorman, "Where's my dog?" And he's like, and then he sees Freddy coming with the dog walking with Freddy. And then that's when he gets kidnapper or dog napper.
Dog napper, right.
And that's when
dog napped.
And all of a sudden you hear dog napper, and then Freddy.
And I like how he picks it up to like protect the dog, right?
And luckily I'm with you. There's a dog napper around here. Maybe these people don't know who you are or where you belong.
But and then Mr.
Wilburspoon,
starts like just berating him and threatens to call the cops. But the wife kind of like calms him down a bit. I mean, wives can do that, right? They have that ability to just say the right thing to kind of get you not on the edge anymore.
Yep.
You know, it is Christmas after all. There's no harm done, you know, and all that. So he backs down. He says, "You better make yourself scarce or you're going to end up in Sing Sing."
That's a term we don't hear much anymore.
No, we don't hear that like at all anymore.
No.
So he goes.
That was actually on the outs when this show came out too, that saying, because I think it was shutting down then.
I think so. I think you're right. It was around that time. Yeah. So it's later that evening. Freddy, he's been searching for the professor because he and the professor have
a dinner date. Essentially, they're going to be spending Christmas dinner together, like a swanky restaurant. I mean, just a real ritzy kind of restaurant. But as he runs into Molly, you know, another homeless person, I think, right? Yep.
Yeah. And she's an old friend of Freddy's. And of course, there's a big hug and Merry Christmases all around.
And she instantly reaches her hands into her pockets.
Into his pockets. Yeah.
Which she goes, "Have you given up pickpocketing?" She goes, "I never picked a pocket in my life. I just took them as they came along."
It's a great. That's a great line.
And that character, not necessarily Imogene Coca, but that big lady character has had a recurring role on Red Skelton's shows from the radio days. So there's a lot of these lines in there that were pulled from his shows.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So they have a friendly chat, right, about their Christmas plans. And, he says he's going to go with the professor, but to dinner. But she says that she's going to spend dinner with her son. Right. Yep. And her son's a doctor, but then he's also like an apothecary, I think she says, or a medical surgeon and like a general medical practitioner or something. She like lists a bunch of stuff, doesn't she?
Yep. And he says, and Red asks, where does your son live?
A little beyond his means.
Yeah. That's another great line.
Don't we all?
And where are you guys going to go eat? Well, the mission house, of course. Turns out he doesn't really have a son. She just feels that
it's one of those really sad times. Yep.
Yeah. Why not pretend she has a son to make herself feel better? And again, this is one of those hard turns where they were jokey and fun, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, emotions.
Yep. But like even before that, she asked Red, "Do you got a gum?" "No." "Why? Do you chew?" "No. My socks are slipping." "You got an inner tube?"
About that.
"My girdle."
Oh, that's funny.
The elastic in my girdle gave out. Do you got an inner tube? Those funny lines, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of these little one-liners, right?
Oh,
they pepper the whole show. But she does mention that she remembers seeing an ambulance down by the professor's house. And, so Freddy's like, uh-oh. So he goes to like a hospital to go check it out.
Right. Before that, after that whole sad story, of course, that gets to Freddy being the big heart that he is. So he gives Molly the scarf.
The red scarf. Yep.
The red scarf he got. So she throws away that white one. So out with the old, on with the new. And then he gives her $5.
Right.
To go have some nice dinner or whatever and whatnot. So
yeah, he's been like saving all year, right?
Yep.
This is like, he's excited for this big Christmas dinner that he and the professor are going to have. And he takes out like his, coin purse, which I think is like an old sock
with the clip on the top.
That's right. And so he like pulls out $5 bill and gives it to her.
Yep. So, and then after Freddy leaves, after she talked about seeing the ambulance for the professor, she goes, she sees the dollar and, "Oh, we're going to put you away before you get bumped on the head." And she has this huge,
like a huge wad of cash. Yeah.
Cash. And then she digs into the thing and finds her old white scarf and takes that and puts that on top of the red one.
Oh man. So this is where he goes to the phone booth, I think, next, right?
Yep. He wants to go call the hospital.
He's going to try to call the hospital, but he can't get in the door because of this big old present for the professor.
and this is where his slapstick comes in its prime. Yeah. It is his prime slapstick. Like when you see those dogs carrying that stick that's way too side and they go and get caught in the door and stuff. It's like that with the present. And then you see him open the present. It's just two gloves that fit about like OJ's fit on him.
That's the joke.
Right. He just couldn't get in. And there's a sign that says like, beware of purse snatchers and thieves. So he doesn't want to leave the professor's present outside. So yeah, he opens it up.
And that's hilarious.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then he's trying to get the coin out with the gloves on. He takes them off and then puts them in his inner pocket.
Yeah, he just can't manage it, man. I mean, he just can't do it.
So and then he gets a coin and puts the coin in. And then
he notices the sign above the phone that says
out of order.
Out of order. That's right.
And this is one of my favorite lines from the whole show, too, that he does coming up. So then he puts his finger in to try to get the coin back. Or doesn't get it, or tries to walk away, and his finger's stuck in the coin return. Then he picks up the receiver and says, "Give me my finger back." He hangs up, and all of a sudden, pop, and he picks it up. "Thank you." That's that. Since I saw that first time, that's always been my favorite line of the whole show. And there's a ton of lines I love in the show, but that's always been my favorite. Give me my finger back. I do that now whenever my hands get stuck or whatever. I always say, "Give me my whatever back." To this inanimate object.
Yeah. So we cut to the hospital, right? And there's this young nurse and she was supposed to hire, or there was a doctor that was supposed to hire a clown, and
You didn't say it right.
oh,
Because she
Kaloon,
comes up to
right?
another nurse and goes, "Have you seen a Kaloon around here?"
Kaloon, yeah, is what they say.
Have you seen a Kaloon around here?
A what?
A Kaloon. Speaking in your grown-up language, a clown.
Is it Kaloon? He
Like
said,
what?
"Oh, in your adult talk, a clown." 'Cause
Yeah,
that's how the sick boy Tommy says it. It's a Kaloon,
yeah,
which I always thought was cute. It was just a neat way to say clown. And when you get it, the older I got, the more cute it got for me. I mean, it didn't bother me at all when I first watched it, but being 8, no big deal. So it's just like
yeah,
somebody
for
else.
sure.
But now it's just one of those cute ways kids change names
Kids
of
say things.
Yep.
Well, so yeah, there's a little boy that wants to see a clown so bad for Christmas, right? And the doctor was supposed to get one, and they think he might have forgotten or something because it hasn't shown up yet.
This nurse is very irritated with the doctor.
Yeah, she's like one of those like real goody two shoes kind of nurses, and she just really cares and wants the kid to have something for Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a nurse that cares about her patients.
Exactly. Yeah. She's like outside, like stewing, right? Just real frustrated. But Freddy walks in and he does kind of look like a clown. So I don't blame her for thinking he's the clown.
Yep.
And there's like a whole exchange about,
I'm not a clown.
that he's not a clown. And he's at first like a little, I don't know if hurt or offended is the right word, but like, I don't know.
I think a little taken aback because he doesn't think of himself as a clown.
Right. He's a little incredulous. Like, what do you mean? But then she explains that there's a sick little boy and it's his wish to see a clown. And so finally he mentions, well, because he does mention that he was in theater before. He was never a clown, but he was like in theater.
I was in Ivan the Terrible. You were Ivan? I was terrible.
Who are you?
I'm Freddie the Freeloader.
Oh, I'm sorry I mistook you for a clown.
Oh, that's all right. Matter of fact, I have done a little theater myself. Very little comedy, of course. Mostly the classics. I was in Ivan the Terrible.
You were Ivan.
I was terrible.
I am sorry.
You saw
That's
me
a great
getting ready
line.
for that one, didn't you?
Yeah, that's a great line. I do like that one. But basically she's like, well, maybe you can use some of your theater experience to, pretend to be a clown. And so he acquiesces and he decides he just can't say no. There's a little boy that's sick that, needs some cheering up. So he goes in there and this kid, I got to say, he's a little creepy. the way he's like, you're all mine.
and this is where Red's thoughts on clowns comes out.
Right. The clowns belong to the whole world so they can share their fun with everyone, for sure.
And we were just talking about this little saying tonight. He goes, "Oh, bless your little heart." And my wife and I were talking tonight about the Southern's description
That's what
of
we
bless,
say, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bless your heart. What it really means, though.
Yeah.
We won't get into that. We'll keep it PG around here.
Bless your heart. But he like does some tricks for him, right? He does like some magic tricks, little fun clown things.
Yeah, the hand blows on his finger, pulls his hand out of his sleeve, and
right.
Then he gets into his full-on, just genius mime act.
Yeah, he does some mime, and the kid just loves it.
Well, all the kids love it. He's putting a button on, and then, I mean, unfortunately, you're not going to get any clips for this because
there's no
mime work doesn't translate into an audio podcast.
What?
But he imitates putting a button on his shirt,
sewing the button.
Part of his act. Yep.
Yeah, he like sews a button, but then like
and when he gets done,
sews his finger or something.
Sews the button onto his finger, under his thumb. So
yeah.
Just to the laughs of the kids, just because of just the antics he does with it, and the beautiful.
There is one thing stuff that I want to mention, and it was the kids saying, because Freddy says something like, he's inside where it's warm, right, and instead of outside in the cold, and the kid says something, well, you can't judge the day by the weather, and I was like, that's a
right.
Like that's
a pretty
profound. That's a profound statement coming from this little kid.
So, you just stay happy. You should be happy that you're in here because it's cold and it's snowing out.
Well, we can't judge the day by the weather, can we?
No.
Right, but I can see that. Well, with the kid being sick,
right,
and all that stuff, and being around all the doctors, and I'm sure he's heard it a few times from either his parents or the doctors and stuff. And you know how kids can pick up on stuff right away when you really don't need them to.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but if you want them to pick it up, they won't. But if you don't want them to, they'll pick it up in a heartbeat. You know how that goes.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's very true. So Freddy, he finishes up the routine and the kids love it. And I mean, he leaves them happier than they were before. And so he leaves, but he gives the nurse some money as well.
Don't know
as a
how much this
donation.
time.
Yeah. But it's a donation for the kids. You know, she's like super grateful. She gives him a kiss on the cheek and he kind of rubs it.
He's rubbing it. She goes, "Don't rub it off." I'm not. I'm rubbing it in.
I'm not. I'm rubbing it in. And she says, "Freddie, I wish every day was like Christmas." And this leads into another song. It's Christmas each day of the year.
Favorite song of the show.
Yeah, this I think was the most catchy of all of them.
Yep, this one was the best.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It's like it's warm and cozy, and there's like some joy in it, and I mean, it really is like just a nice nostalgic kind of song. Yep.
And it's a short song, but it gets you all in the feels, gets you all those feels going. It's just
for sure
instant.
For sure. So Freddy goes back out into the cold to find the professor, and this is where he runs into like a drunk Santa,
Jack Duffy,
which is Jack Duffy. Yeah,
so well.
And there's like, I didn't write any of the lines down, but there's like some great exchanges in here as well.
Yep.
Selling Christmas trees? Oh no, I'm playing Robin Hood. And this is my forest. Oh. Would you mind breathing the other way? You're bleaching my hair. Yeah, you've been drinking, haven't you? Well, you don't get this way from eating peanuts.
So, but that tree looks like a hairy broomstick. And there's some of those lines in the tree. This is where one of his characters, Clem Hopper, is supposed to be a Christmas tree salesman. This is in his radio shows.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So a lot of these lines. So here's a tree already decorated. That's an orange tree. I knew the ornaments were a little juicy.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep. That one, that is absolutely pulled from his radio show. That one, I absolutely know that. And then,
oh man, that's great. A tree that's already decorated.
Well, that's a hairy broomstick.
But doesn't he decide to like give him he tries to get him to give up drinking, right?
Yep. He says, "Yeah, I'm going to start tomorrow. Start tomorrow. It's going to take me a week to empty the bottles."
That's right. Oh man! But so Freddy decides he goes to the police station to see if he can find the professor, and sure enough, the professor's there.
Sergeant Kelly.
Sergeant Kelly's his name, and he's got an Irish accent, and
nothing like tropes there at all.
No, Irish aren't cops. What are you talking about?
We go back to Ziggy's Gift, and you can get that too.
That's right, Ziggy's Gift, which I think was the first one we recorded together.
I think that was our first one. Yes.
Yeah. But he talks about how he and the professor are going to go eat at the Shakespeare Gardens, which that sounds fancy.
So you don't tip the waiters. You promise to put them in your will.
That's right. Oh man, yeah.
And then when he calls back for Humperdo, he's using all these big words and stuff to have him come forward. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't either.
Write it down. He's using these big fancy words, and you can tell like the officer on the other side is like, "What?" And he goes, "Tell the bum he sprung."
Now perhaps you could prevail upon his lordship to join us in the anteroom. Tell the bum he sprung.
But like Freddy has to give him like $15 for bail.
Yeah, that's what it was. There's another good line in here too. He goes, Freddy asks, "Can you see to release him under my cognizance?"
My cognizance, yeah.
He says, "Yeah, that and $15." And that's when you see Freddy go, $15?
That's right.
And he goes, "Well, they say money talks. My old mind never says it's goodbye."
Which I feel that, Freddy.
I don't think there's many people who don't feel that. If
bills, man,
not
bills,
in the millions
for sure. Oh man, but he pays up and he gets the professor out. and it's Vincent Price, which is awesome.
Yep.
But he's like this really educated, well-spoken, I mean, just knowledgeable gentleman.
Yep. And except
that he's an alcoholic.
He basically what he did is he took his time as the saint, as Simon, and put a little comedy into his Simon act when he was playing the saint, because that's very similar to what he's doing now.
Gotcha.
Because there was some comedic lines in the saint, but nothing like this. So he really funnied up the saint to be the professor.
I gotcha.
So,
well, the professor asks why did he bail him out before the meal that they serve in jail? And he reminds him that they were supposed to go have this big dinner. And so, like, the professor just seems like he forgot, unfortunately. But they get over to the Shakespeare Gardens, this fancy schmancy restaurant, and Freddy realizes he's given all his money away. And
the professor says, "I got $1." He goes, "That's more than what I got."
That's right. And they're standing outside the restaurant, and while they're there, there's this other like duo. There's these two other guys, and they're talking, and essentially they forgot to make reservations to this restaurant because you need reservations. And they run into this other gentleman that's really rich that just arrives as well. This guy with the mustache, perfectly like coiffed
Mr.
hair.
Bathmore.
That's right, Mr. That's him. Yep.
But you skipped over the third song.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yes, I believe.
I believe that's right.
This was before Professor Humperdo saw where they were at and stuff. So they sing this song. It's a duet with Vincent and Red.
That's
Vincent
right.
Doing his normal singing, which is more of a sing-song type talking, like Basil Rathbone did in A Christmas Carol and stuff
Christmas
like that.
Carol, yeah.
Yep. And what Michael Caine did in Muppets Christmas Carol, more of a sing-song talking.
Right, because you're right. Because the professor says something like it's a canine eats canine world, doesn't he? Something like that. It's a dog eat dog.
Yes, canine eat canine.
Canine, right? And you have to learn to take care of yourself. And Freddy says basically he doesn't see things that way. He doesn't believe that.
I believe do unto others before they do unto you.
That's right. And this is where he says, what's wrong with you, Professor? You don't know how to believe. You've got to say, I believe. And then we get the song there. But this is where
before the guys come out doing that sign, I believe so. Freddy has pumped himself up to go in and get a table. He says he believes. He goes in, they'll give him a table.
Right.
So he goes in, and all of a sudden you see him come flying right back out.
Oh, is this where he says, "I'll never take that line
down again"?
Take that lane down.
Why didn't you do that in there? I was lying down.
That's right. Oh,
then you see the two rich guys.
Right. So these two rich guys who forgot their reservation, and then the other Rolls Royce dude comes out.
And Mr. Bathmore comes in.
Mr. Bathmore. And really runs into them, and they kind of have like, hey, I recognize these guys, and he wants to ingratiate himself with them because apparently they, in particular, the one of those guys are like the two richest guys like ever.
Yep. So they're talking, and they're saying, to say, well, we want to do it. The two rich guys say, well, we want to do it right, and the other guy just wants to impress him. And I can't even do that voice. It's just so.
No, I can't either. It's hard.
It's one of those just irritate you because it's a rich, pompous person.
But he like goes up to the maitre d' or the person in charge, and he basically tells him, look, there's two gentlemen outside. They're like the richest guys ever. They spread their wealth around. They tip forever. You need to get them a table. They don't have a reservation. Get them a table because I need you to do this for me.
And when the maitre d' looks out, the two guys had taken off, so you see
they'd already left.
And Freddy there.
Right, because like you mentioned, the two guys want to do it right. They don't want to just come in without a reservation. It's kind of tacky. Yep. So they leave, but when he looks out, he sees Freddy and the professor.
And you see this look on his face like, oh crap, what did I do to one of the guys? Because he had thrown out Freddy earlier.
Already thrown him out. Right. So they bring him inside the restaurant and they gift him a table. It's so funny because now they're like, oh wow, this place. See, I told you if you believe, you'll
Yep.
Yeah.
And now this is where it kind of gets fuzzy for me because everything just kind of blends together. I don't know if Mr. Bathmore comes up then.
Yeah, he goes up to them first,
and then Humperdo goes to the lady, or what the deal is. I think Bathmore came up
it's
first.
Bathmore first. Yeah.
Because he directs, he was like, who are those guys? And those are the richest guys around. So he has to go nuzzle up to them.
Right. He was like, oh, they're even richer than my other friends. All right, I gotta. So he gives them his card and everything.
And Bathmore, mostly in was it oil? Yeah, mostly in hot oil or something like that.
I am H. Bathman, mostly in oil.
Well, I'm Professor Humperdo, mostly in hot water.
Hot water? Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Right, because he's asking them what they do, and there's a few, a few remarks. Anyway, so he leaves. Now, this is where Freddy notices, or this is where they notice the lady in the tiara sitting alone, right? And so the professor, because he thinks he's such a ladies' man, goes over and tries to
drink champagne out of her shoe.
But when
open-toed shoe.
Exactly, it's an open-toed shoe. So when he goes to drink it and he tilts it, it pours out onto her.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, it's almost like he's doing it on purpose, because instead of tilting it up to his mouth, he's tilting it forward to her. Three times he does that. He's tilting it forward so it comes out the toe.
I gotcha. Well, she's a little scandalized because now she's all wet.
He goes, go buy the biggest expensive dress you can find and send it to my bill.
Oh, he does say that, right?
Yeah. She goes, I don't know where you live. Oh, it's unlisted. Just send it to my bank. There's thousands of bank. I knew you'd find out. Just kept it very plain.
So he goes back, right? But when they sit down, they see like two street urchins that look hungry. It's very much Joe from the Santa Claus the movie.
Yep.
Just kind of staring in hungrily. So they decide.
Except for Joe is a little more sassy.
Well, Joe, yeah, for sure.
These kids were just very humble, very hungry looking, and just very within themselves.
But they decide, the professor and Freddy decide to bring the kids in to join them.
But at first, because the professor sees him and says, "Do you turn my chair?"
Oh yeah, there's a whole
turn my chair. They exchange, and Freddy's like, "Okay." And then he goes, "Do you mind changing chairs with me?" And Freddy goes, "Nope, I see them too," which is, to me, that part always got me, because that was so out of character for Freddy.
Yeah, I mean,
I knew why it bothered me before, and I couldn't put words. Couldn't put words to it then, but I can now. Obviously, is that because it was so out of character for Freddy to be almost like the rich people and just say, "Oh, urchins, we got to ignore them or just get them away and stuff." So,
but they decide to bring them in. They do actually bring them in.
Yeah, they finally break down their wills, especially the professors, and he goes out, and then it's not like Freddy was like, I think he was more or less waiting for the professor to make the first move, because it was their day, and if professor says it, then he's good with it, and then absolutely bring him in, because that's Freddy.
Right. But we also get the couple from the beginning, the
Wilberspoons.
They just so happen to be eating at this exact same swanky restaurant. Mm-hmm. And the husband, again, now he's just like, you've ruined my Christmas by bringing these like urchins in, and this guy's a tramp and beggar and whatever.
He'd asked for his check, so the maitre d' brought him this check. He paid it with cash, put the money down, and when he did it, his wallet fell to the floor.
All falls out, and Freddy picks it up, and Freddy wasn't going to keep it. He was going to give it back to the lady who sees, and
he saw it first, and he's like, "Oh wow, money!" And he's looking around, and all, and well, I'm going to give it back.
Yeah, which again shows to his integrity, right? And his
kinda. It's kind of like those kids. It's kind of like those kids you say, "Oh, they pick it up. Is anybody looking? Is this anybody's?" Nope, I'm going to keep it. Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
because they actually see somebody looking. But to his credit, because of everything else, even with the dog earlier, this is Mrs. Wilberspoon takes all the cash out of the wallet and gives it to Freddy.
Merry Christmas. You'll never miss it. And I didn't see it.
Well, she sees the optics of it all, right? They brought in like these hungry to feed, and their children. I mean, they're good people. And she knows if Freddie was trying to bring the dog back, that he's not a dog napper. So she just, it's Christmas time. So she gives him all the cash.
Yep.
As kind of a reward, or like his gift for Christmas.
Say Merry Christmas to you. I mean, he'll never miss it. So how rich is he if he's going to take that wad of cash out?
Right.
And not miss it.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And she even says, and I didn't see a thing.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep. So that she tells you she might be of wealth, but she's a good person.
Right. Exactly. And so the maitre d', who, didn't know all this, he just thought that they had no money. And because the man was, the husband was all upset, he was going to throw him out.
Because there was a good exchange. That's how Mr. Roberspoon found out about the guys and got so upset, because the maitre d' brought Freddie and the professor the check.
Mm-hmm.
And they go back and forth in a funny thing. No, this is me. No, that's my turn. No, it's on me. It's on me. No, it's on me. No, it's my turn. No, it's on me. Go back and forth. And the professor looks at it, goes, no, yep, that's right. And gives it back to Freddie.
That's right.
So that's how I got Mr. Roberspoon all mad and upset, and go through all that with Mrs. Roberspoon to the point we're at now.
Yep. And then, but yeah, so he's about to throw him out, sees the big wad of cash, and he's like, all right. And they just start, feeding everybody.
He calls out the maitre d'.
He does.
On being a jerk.
Right.
But still winds up giving him a tip.
Of course. Because he's Freddie the Freeloader.
Showing the heart of Freddie.
Right. Right. And then they end with the lovely Christmas dinner.
Yep. And it's a reprise of Christmas Comes Once a Year. The second song, the upbeat one. So.
Yep. And that's a special.
50 minutes, and we've talked probably about just as long as that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy watch too. It's sometimes I watch these and it's like, ooh, okay, I got to keep going. But this was a nice, easy watch.
Also, he's going, it's the end already. I mean,
pretty much, yeah. It's like, that's how it ends. Like, what, it was quick. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
For 50 minutes, it felt almost like a 30-minute special.
Agreed, for sure. Yeah, there's not a lot of fluff. There's a couple of gags here and there that probably could have been cut because they didn't really matter to the overall story. But at the same time, I think the gags are kind of what adds to the charm of it all. So
yep.
So they needed to
it
be
showcases Red's abilities.
Exactly. Okay, if you could be in the special, who would you be?
Oh Lord, probably the dog.
It's fair. That's fair.
I couldn't do anything close to what Red did, because Freddy is my favorite character in the whole show, and I could never live up to what Freddy does, both comically and when he is serious. I could never live up to that type.
Yeah, I think I'd probably just be like the cop, right?
Yeah, that'd
just collecting the money. And what would you say is your happiest like memory or moment with the special?
Oh, just watching it year after year when I was a kid, after it first came out. It's something I looked forward to all the time on HBO. It was just phenomenal. It was something I look forward to. That there was a few specials on HBO that time that I loved watching. So to me, that was a part of Christmas. And once they stopped airing it, it was sad. Until years later, I finally found it again. I'm like, yes, I can watch this again.
Nice. Well, that's kind of how I was with the Claymation Christmas celebration.
Oh, I love that show.
Like that was, I loved it so much, and then they just stopped showing it when
they stopped showing it. Yeah, then all of a sudden you find it on DVD, and it's like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's like when he's like trying to entertain the kids, because there's something sweet and innocent about it all, and they're just loving it, and it's like I've gone Christmas caroling in a hospital before. This was years ago in college. And just to see like their smiling faces, some of them were in pain, like, they were wincing and stuff, but then like we'd start singing, and just to see the like, what's that, look on their face was just phenomenal. So
it's amazing what just little Christmas carols can do just to lighten a moment.
Agreed.
And or in this case, all they need.
Mime, pantomime.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all people need. It's just, it's not permanent. Stuff's going to come back, but it relieves the weight of everything they're going through, which is what I love about Freddy. I love about the carols and all that stuff when people come caroling and stuff, like you said. That's awesome. I agree with that.
Yeah. But now we come to my favorite part of the show, which is a little segment I call Gag Me with the Spoon, where we do our best impression of our least favorite part of this special. As a guest, I'll let you go first. Just kind of set up the scene for us a little bit.
I can't talk in that type of voice, so I'm just gonna say it. It's that Mr. Bathmore. I can pull strings and I can do all this. He's got those fingers going. I can get you in. It's just no big deal. I can do what I. Oh. Only thing I don't like about the whole thing. Yep. I mean, it's very important to the plot,
right?
To the show, but it's just that's one of those that's like that just drives me nuts.
It's one of those classic like switcheroo, mistaken identity. And it is very Shakespearean, which is I loved as well. But that's great. Mine was also from the restaurant. It was the waiter, and he says some things in French that I couldn't understand, or pseudo French, I don't know. But he does say, "May I suggest?" And then he does all the things, and he's like, "Oh, wet seagull."
Yeah,
wet seagull. What?
Well, I'm trying to remember what Freddy actually wanted. It was like I can't remember what that was. But it was a drink. It was like it sounded like an animal drink, and then that's when he came up with wet seagull.
Wet seagull, yeah. And it's like, all right. Oh man, but G.I. Joe taught us that knowing is half the battle. What do you think the other half is?
Just be a clown and have fun.
Dude, mine was the same. Being a clown. That's literally what I have. Being a clown.
Yep, be a clown and have fun.
That's right. Could have said it better myself. Sean, this has been a lot of fun. Tell me about your show or anything else you want to plug.
Well, we're getting, by the time this thing drops, we'll be in the heart of the season.
Yep.
Obviously, Christmas podcast. If you are new to listening to Jerry's, that's where I'm at. If you're all time listener, you know who I am. I'm, like I always say, the big hype person for all the podcasts, like Totally Rad Christmas, like Advent Calendar House, Tis the Podcast. Some of the OGs there. We got some new ones like Christmas Chapters with Ashley. We got Closer to Christmas, he's been on a tear this whole year.
Charlie,
episodes and the Lost Christmas podcast. Yep. And then there's CJ, whatever version he is on of his podcast, we've got that on there.
He's in season 2 of Rose Such a Glatter. So
yeah, we got that first one dropped. I was curious if he was going to do it or not. But anyways, you can find all those plus more at our website. We are close to like 45 podcasts on our website that we host. And plus we have links also to ones that aren't really dropping them anymore, but they have episodes. So you can go find those and listen to those old ones too. I like doing that sometimes because there's some special ones I like to go back and listen to.
Basically, it's the hub of the Christmas podcast network now.
Pretty much the hub. And I'm the hype man. I drop on the website every day and I try to get out on social media when new episodes dropped and stuff. So ChristmasPodcast.com is where you can find it, anywhere to get a hold of me there. So I'm on the 3 big ones too. Twitter, because I refuse to say X.
Agreed.
Facebook and Blue Sky. So
Blue Sky, yep.
So those are the big ones that I'm.
And Instagram, you're on Instagram.
Yeah, well, it's tied into Facebook, so that's why.
Oh, it is now, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why I forget about it. But yes, I'm on Instagram too. So
right. So, and usually, if you post on Instagram, it posts on Threads. So
so unknowingly on Threads, even though I don't do much on there with that.
I don't either. I don't at all. Just whatever's on Instagram that drops. I get it.
Also, I do a lot with My Merry Christmas and Jeff West over there, and we're going to be in the Prime. We do a 50-hour show on Christmas Eve to Christmas Day with news updates from the North Pole every half hour. I'm a part of that whole project, and I help get those together. So that's something fun we do for everybody, and it's free, and you can go there and check it out. You can go to Christmas or SantaUpdate.com too. I'm part of that. So I'm all over the place.
Right on.
Just kind of like you, Jerry, with the podcast. All over the place.
That's what I hear.
Although you've slowed down lately, I've noticed.
Yeah,
it's actually like you want to live a life now.
It's been harder to guest with some other responsibilities that have come up. It's been harder to guest on people's shows. So I'm here and there, but a lot less frequently. Although I think, let's see, I have a list of, let's see if I can find appearances. Okay. I have been on 50 different podcasts.
Yeah, you still got me beat.
Yeah. But anyway, so Sean, thanks again.
Thanks for having me, Jerry.
And I'm going to end it with, they say money talks. All mine ever says is goodbye. So check us out on our social media pages, which you can find at linktree.com/totallyradchristmas. And if you're feeling like the Professor and Freddy eating in a glitzy restaurant, leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us reach more people and spread some rad holiday cheer. Now, don't forget to check out our merch shop on tpublic.com and our super dope website, totallyradchristmas.com. Merry Christmas, children, and may God bless. Later, dudes.
Gentlemen, your Christmas dinner.
Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, children. Merry Christmas.
Felicitations.
And may God bless.
Christmas comes but once a year, when snowflakes and laughter appear. It's a goodness that seems to say, this is a wonderful day. Christmas is filled with the sound of peace and good.